Local government elections are approximately 56 days away. March the 18th has been designated the day for local government elections. But as we come down to those elections, there are those who still claim they do not understand the system. There are others who claim they will not participate because they have been let down by the political directorate since the last national elections. For those who claim they have been let down since the last national elections, it's a contradiction in terms not to participate in local government. Because what local government does is to provide them with an opportunity not to have to rely on a central government for works to be done in their community, for them to benefit through their community's development. It provides them an opportunity for they themselves to determine the persons who will be in charge of their various communities, who will be in charge of the delivery of goods and services, and who will help to regulate relationships in those communities. That is what local government is about. Local government is about how in a local area a certain level of government is established, a level of government which is then empowered to do things in and for that local area. The elections essentially provides an opportunity for the people in the local area to determine who will be the people who will, on their behalf, administer local affairs. And therefore, even if one is disaffected about what the central government might be doing or might not be doing, here's an opportunity at the local level to identify people who can work on your behalf and not to have to rely only on what's happening centrally. And that's the reason why people should be involved in local government elections. It gives them an opportunity to have a say in the determination of local affairs. And I can imagine no one who would not want to have that say. Because local affairs are affairs that touches the lives of each and every one, be it sanitation, be it a certain level of health services, be it a certain level of education, be it recreation. There are a whole range of activities, not to leave out the fact that at the local level, they're the ones who also determine the rates and taxes that you pay. And therefore, you cannot help but to have an interest in local government. And so one ought to be encouraged to participate in the elections, which are a bit complicated because it's a system that has two aspects to it. In each local authority area, half of the council will be elected under proportional representation system, which allows for a voter to vote for a party or group of his or her choice. Those parties and or groups will then be allocated seats in proportion to the number of votes they would have acquired. And that caters for half of the council, half of the number of seats being contested. Also, in each local area, the area will be divided into what is called constituencies. And from each constituency, one person will be elected to serve as a councillor. In that regard, when voting, the voter will be allowed to identify the person of his or her choice and to vote for that person. So voters will have to cast 2 votes. On the ballot paper, 1 vote will be cast at the top for the party or group that you want to represent you in terms of the first half of seats. On the bottom half, you will cast a vote for the one person who you want to represent your constituency. And across the local area, from each constituency, there will come one person. Those persons collectively will make up the second half. And you'll have a situation of a complete council, half elected by PR and half elected by first past the post. Local government impacts on your life. This is an opportunity to determine how your life is impacted. March the 18th is the day designated. Registration is complete. The approval of symbols has been completed. Parties are now making their submissions. Individuals are making their submissions. And soon we'll get to know who are the contestants. Thereafter, the ball will be in your court to determine for whom you want to vote, hence determining how matters local will be determined.